message. Welcome to the poly. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the political replay. Yeah, man. Feel the rhythm, feel the message. Welcome to the political replay, where the voices rise every day. From the streets to the radio play, we bring the truth in every way. Welcome to the political replay, the best in show business, hear what we say. We echo the voice of the government strong, breaking it down in a lyrical song. JNB and JKK on the mission again. Welcome. Welcome to the political replay. Yeah, man. Feel the rhythm, feel the message. Welcome to the political replay, where the voices rise every day. From the streets to the radio play, we bring the truth in every way. Welcome to the political replay, the best in show business, hear what we say. We echo the voice of the government strong, breaking it down in a lyrical song. JNB and JKK on the mission again, building up the nation from now till when. From the city lights to the village lane, you can see the progress, you can't complain. Road development, that's JNB and JKK. School rising up, yeah, we say okay. Health improvement every single day, JNB and JKK lead the way. Roads from farms to market, that's JNB and JKK. Security standing firm, no delay. Who wants development? Hear the people say. The Libyan people loud and clear today. From the hills to the coast, feel the vibration. Unity rising across the nation. Concrete dreams turning reality. Step by step toward prosperity. Children in school with books in hand. Future getting brighter across the land. Hospitals working, people getting care. Hope in the system everywhere. Say JMB, say JKK. Progress moving every single day. Say forward, never back. Development on the right track. Road development, that's JMB and JKK. School rising up, yeah, we say okay. Health improvement every single day. JMB and JKK lead the way. So tune in close, don't fade away. This is the political replay. Voices strong, hear what we say. Libya rising, brighter day. Whoa.
Welcome, guys. How y'all doing? I hope everybody's doing okay. Welcome back. Welcome. Share the podcast. I'll do some podcasts here before we can go over to the class reloaded. You know, with multitasking nowadays, so the fatigue also, it can be easy, come from the hustle and then do this and then go on the class reloaded. But welcome to the podcast, guys. Let's touch on a few things here before the class reloaded. As you know, the class reloaded is the parent program of the Bwaka media friendly podcast, and there's a social media team. So the class reloaded is like the parent or the mother program of all of the programs within the Bwaka media friendly zone. So let's talk about it here. Welcome everybody. Let me turn to the comment area where I'll see few people to comment there. I see Mayobe Tokpa is already there. Paul Smith is already there. I think two persons have already commented is what I see personally on my screen. Let me see here also on my metrics here. Okay, so far two persons. So I hope you're doing great. Tag somebody to tag somebody while we go into the next 40 or 50 minutes of play on the Dwalu is ready there. Then we can say goodbye to hear the political replay, and then we can be back tomorrow. So I started off this morning by on this evening to say how cursed is CDC, and we as a people, John, how you doing, Mr. Verdio? And how we as a people actually dishonor our country, most especially the highest seat in the country, to have placed it into the hands of somebody like George Weah, who does not even know how to pronounce figures if you read their own paper. And so this curse and court party, how did we get here? A group of people who were noted to be very violent, insulting to women, never respected womanhood. We took the presidency and handed it over free of charge to them. And because they've tasted state power and how they looted, at the end of the day, they want to come back. But the question here is, are Liberians still in that cloud of mind? No. And so you see Jefferson Chelsea, a man who is once to have been alleged during the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf administration to do false declaration. He was indicted. At the end of the day, they went through the normal Liberian stuff and they have to leave him off the hook. It's the man who sat on the criminal network last night to want to compare an excellent leadership of Joseph Yuma Boakai under 3 years with a 6 for 90 years of leadership under George Weah. Last night we listed about 20 to 25 achievements. If Boakai were to say 2029, I do not want to run, or even the achievement that President Boakai have made presently, it surpasses whatever mess that George Weah and the CDC thought they did in 6 years. And we outlined them. But we did not outline two important things. One, that this government did under 3 years, that the George Weah's administration, under the fiscal leadership of Samuel Twe, they didn't do in 6 years. Now, the United Party in 2018, remember now, after the war where we took the budget for, I think our first budget was 180-something million. And we fought by 2017, Liberia budget was hovering around the 500 million. And so, incrementally, under the UP for 2005, we increased the budget to be able to meet now holistically the needs of the people, because we've come out of crisis and we were fixing our economy, fixing all our political seats from the executive mansion to the capital and the judiciary seat. We were putting all of the state actors back together. Hey, Jerry, how you doing, my brother? And so we still fought incrementally as a responsible institution. We were increasing the budget. And as we increased the budget, we had a real thing and stuff to the people's salary. And it was good until 2017. So that suggests that the economy was growing gradually. And then the presidency and the leadership of the country was given to George Weah and his gangs of thieves on a silver platter. Hey, Mr. Double, how you doing, my brother? Was given to George Weah and his gangs of thieves on a silver platter. Now, they met the budget at around 500,000. Now, this is just in addition to the level of progress that and the achievements that Joe Biden have done under 3 years. Some of them are saying 3 years. Well, if you take January of 2024 to January of 2025, is 1 year. If you take January of 2025 to January of 2026, it's 2 years. February, March, April. So it's 2 years, 3 months that Joseph Yuma Boakai have steered the affairs of the country. So those who are running with that 3 years is blasphemy. But even as that, we outline the level of achievements under this administration. Just before I continue on with my talking points, we spoke about the overhead bridge. We spoke about the level of electricity that we've carried all around the country, both the mid-grade and solar renewable energies. We spoke about on the 18th, the government is going to break grounds for the 4-lane from St. Paul Bridge to Bowatersa, from St. Paul Bridge to Clare, from Andina to Rubber Spots. We spoke about sensing the history of the Republic of Liberia, the international bridge that is now being built between La Côte d'Ivoire and Liberia from the Maryland side. We spoke about the personal bridging between central Liberia and the west. That is the river there, the St. Paul, under the St. Paul, I just forgotten the river name. The president is now building a bridge over that river that will link the western part of the country to the central part of the country. We spoke about the maintenance and the infrastructures of roads in the country. We spoke about the government building its own structures and leaving individual structure in terms of renting. Like today, there's an ownership claim on the National Elections Commission, and the sheriff went there today and put everybody outside. So this precedent is aimed at building physical structures for government. Now, NAFAL brought grants for its complex. So there are a lot of things going on in the country. Water and sewage has improved. Law and order has improved. Human rights have improved. There are a lot of things that have taken place in the country that we spoke about last night. Sooner or later, we're talking about young people entrepreneurship, whereby Liberia can become monetized. On the 3rd of next month, or almost at the end of this month, the government officially with Facebook and TikTok, they will be carrying out a one-day workshop to enlighten young content creators in Liberia, so that when Liberia gets monetized, people won't go running into problems. God, keep sharing the podcast. But you know, almost 3 years where the government took the economy from, because the economy hemorrhaged, it bled on a George Weah's administration for 6 years. The economy was choked. It was stagnated. But there are key questions that come with that stagnation. Was it natural or artificial? And it's well known that the George Weah government was comprised of state loot of thieves and criminals, economic criminals. So, did we actually generate the revenue? But those monies did not get into the consolidated accounts. Or it was staffed halfway, and the rest of it went into the consolidated account, and the other one went into the pockets of the political elites at the time, the criminal and thieves, cartels, the CDC administration. And as a result of that, the budget could not increase. They took the budget from 500 mil to 700 mil. It's stuck in 700 mil for 6 years. And at the end of the day, they kept recasting the budget in every budgetary year. In every calendar year, they have to recast the budget. And when you recast the budget, it means that the budget is not performing. It means that revenue streams are not coming in. Because when you recast the budget, what you're doing is you're making adjustment in spending. It means that you are not meeting up with the budgets, the aim of the budget, the goal of the budget. You are not meeting up with it. So what was happening in that regard? For 6 good years. So you can look at such a delinquent administration, leadership, in a manner Jefferson Chesson tried to compare an excellent leadership in Joseph Yuma Boakai yesterday on that criminal network with Joseph Boakai. Now, look at what is happening. There's a second time in post-war Liberia that we have presented to the National Legislature a supplemental budget. So you know that once the budget was recast every year under the CDC's administration, obviously there wouldn't have been any supplemental budget. But there would have been supplemental budget if those crooks and criminals were now stealing, short-circuiting the revenue streams, slicing it, taking the other one on the other side to the political elites, the thieves, and putting the rest in government consolidated account. If they were not doing so, the revenue stream would not have been stagnated. They are hemorrhaging the economy. And that is why you saw monies were not in the bank. Monies were not in the bank. They were not paying on time. People who had their savings in the bank, most times they went to the banks will have to get an excuse. So at the end of the day, the country was not running well. But look, we took the budget to 800 mil. Okay, we took the budget to 800 mil. From 800 mil, we took the budget to 1.2 billion. Under 3 years. Why 6 years? It means they added just from 500 mil, they added just 150 million to the increment of the budget in 6 years. In 6 years. Okay. I understand, Abraham, but these people is the only language they can understand. I understand, my brother. And so, if you look at where we took the budget from 7 mil to 8, and from 8 to 1.2 billion, it triples the 6 years. It triples the 6 years that George Weah and the CDC and Samuel Twe, limited Samuel Twe, struggled with the economy. As the fiscal manager of the economy, as the fiscal czar of the economy, Samuel Twe could not employ any policy that would have aimed at growing the economy. But look at what we stand today. According to the African Development Bank annual outdoor report on performance, Liberia is amongst the 22 countries, apart from those countries that are consistent in Ethiopia. Over the last 10 to 15 years, its economy has always grown between 10 to 15%. So they're then fixed. But Liberia has this emerging economy that was hemorrhaging for 6 years, just to leap within 2 to 3 years to begin to strike at that level 5% growth in the economy. That's a big chunk. That's a big chunk for the economy. So how can you compare these two leaders and the kind of lieutenants that is around Joe Boakai? Today, the finance minister is in Washington at a spring meeting that brings together finance ministers from all around the world and central bank governors, including stakeholders, advocates, journalists. They are there to discuss the global economy, finance, and development, how they can use the global community to change the world, which country's economies are already struggling. Climate change, reducing poverty. Liberia is sitting at the center of that table because of the recognition and the fiscal policy we've employed. We have gotten recognition among these committees of nations that when we get there, we are fully recognized. Are you doing it? So how can you compare or George Weah, or man that when you put figures in front of him, he will not pronounce how much is set in an amount in terms of dollars. Is that the man you want to compare? Look, the fact remains here is that George Weah is CDC's last hope of looting the country dry like a Dracula. You know, where they are now is like a Dracula when he hasn't sucked blood for days and it catch just one person, it sucks you dry. That is how they are. And one of the biggest mistake, look, they can get angry no matter what. The presidency and the Liberian people leadership, that's it. They will never ever smell it again. They have state power. They try to use every means to take the election, but it didn't work based on the strategies that were employed. When Joe Boakai is done with Liberia before 2029, we already seen the way for change in the country. What he, as a son of the Southeast, did not do, we will do it, and we will do it multiple. Because then the people of the Southeast will actually realize that they are a part of this country, that they are no more isolated. George Weah is the one who could carry change over there. Selfless leadership is what has been exemplified under Joseph Yuma Boakai. So you cannot compare this guy to the extent when last 2 years, hey, Elizabeth, how you doing? That George Weah ever sang new music. George Weah is now free where he can go to studio and stay there day and night. He like it, he can fat in our studio. Anybody want to come inside and smell it at your business or you stay outside. He can lead there and play and make all of his music. 2 years have George Weah made any music. 2 years. Have you seen George Weah playing around here? 2 years. Have you seen George Weah go to a party headquarters even when it was not broken down to go and dance buka? No. But George Weah chose to use the Liberian people time that they gave him to serve the country. He was using it to make music. He was using it to dance booga. But now that the Liberian people say, okay, that gave you time. Okay, we'll give you the time for the rest of your life. Go and make more music for all. We are not hearing joy, joy, joy. How many times does George Weah go to his church to preach? He doesn't. Just 1 minute, guy. How many times? He doesn't. I'll call you by my brother. Let me get done with this. He doesn't go. This is how much this guy disrespected our country. And not just the country, the people. They gave you their leadership. They gave you that leadership to steady the affairs of the country. Many times, the guy did not go to work. He stayed at home. Now, they want to use, no, at their CDC, they can never put up anybody's hand to say, if George Weah doesn't want to run 2029, from within the ranks and files of the CDC, this is the person that we can pull out to even beat a dog baby. No, even the Cummings will beat that person hands down. It's because that party is surrounded by one person, that God. And this is the last hope that they have to loot. Because if George Weah goes 6 years, is done. He can't run again. So this is the only time and the only means that they have to loot the country. And that is why you see that they are prayer singing. But deep down in their minds, they know that George Weah is inherently inept to run the country. The man is a playboy. 6 years, Liberia was like a pariah state. Disgracingly, the counterparts from Guinea will have to write Liberia to tell, hey, this thing is getting too much. This mess has to stop. This nonsense, it has to stop. You cannot be coming in my backyard without any prior notice. You just sit down and you send for money from the banks or ever they can get it from. Looting the country. You get out judge you in Ghana in the night. Your counterpart in Ghana does not know you are there. There's the level at which this guy short-circuited the country and made people to feel that Liberians are fools and people who do not understand themselves. Do you think Liberia is stupid? Do you think somebody who is able to travel now from Maryland County, leave and get in Morovia the same day, from Grand Cru, Grand Sax, River G, Grand Gila, Steino, do you think those people are stupid? That the suffering, the level of suffering they went through, not just on a George Weah, but even on Ellen, we struggled. That is the fact. Ellen did not have the money to ready go. Now the country economy is advancing. So we can ready wholly blame Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Because we give her out of class who were fixing the economy. Development-wise, it was not a priority at that time. On a George Weah, yes. It could be, it should have been a priority. And that is why Joe Barker is making it his priority to make sure that every part of this country is affected by the positive way for change. So if the branch of crooks think they can come, that's why they asked him last night. Look, let me tell you. I like the way their evil brother dealt with them last night. When you cannot have a child, or you had one child, and you want another one, it can come, and you decide to go to the evil forest so they can make you to have a child. You must know you have to make sacrifice. You have to make sacrifice every other time periodically. If you do not make the sacrifice, the evil spirit will come to get one of the kids. That is what is happening with Day and Stanton Weatherspoon. And they decided to get into business because they know that Stanton Weatherspoon is a better man. He's better. Guys, I'm coming 1 minute. And my throat is getting dry. I'm sorry, guys. Oh. Okay. They know when George Weah is done, or after 2029, CDC is done. It's done. If I could speak better well, it will say, Yakbe. When I'm on the, I know, right, Marcia. When I'm coming live, I don't take anything. And right now there is nothing in the house. That day I'm free, and because I have to go to work, so I don't bring any bottle before I pop it open. Because I have to respect you, I have to respect the platform, But it's good sometimes when I'm finished, at least I take one glass. You're right, Mama. You're right, sweetheart. So at the end of the day, why are these guys so angry? It's because they know this is the last chance. This is the last chance. After 2029, that party will either be sold to somebody or it wouldn't exist. These people cannot even put forth a candidate in a district race or in a senatorial race. They will hang on independent candidates. Because look, anybody whose hand George Weah touches, it is cursed. These people, that party was birthed out of curse because they insulted womanhood in the country. Nothing goes unpunished. They started with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, holding woman under clothes in the air, thinking that it is politics, insulting that woman and saying it was an honor clothes. That was an insult to every woman in Liberia. Publicly taking a woman unaware and doing all kinds of nonsense to it, as though they didn't have mothers or they were not born of a woman. They disgraced that woman. In return, it was a disgrace to every woman. Liberia is symbolic of traditions and culture. We respect women, and that is why, as a man, when you are sitting and a woman comes in and everything that is filled, no seat, a man will have to work. That is symbolic of our culture and traditions. These people, they dirty our tradition and our culture. They make it look nasty by holding a woman on her clothes and parading with it in the streets. And that is why they are cursed as a party. Everywhere they go, there's a yo-yo behind them. And they think, any Liberian, for me, I can tell them, you want to come, you cost my mind. I'm a social media man. You think I'm not prepared for it? I'm 100% prepared for it. But if you describe my mom, like I always tell them, if you describe my mom, you have not seen my mom before, you have not experienced my mom. So you can only give the kind of a description to a woman because you experience it from where you came from. So when you want to insult somebody's mother, then you better think twice. It's all the good for nothing people. And you have a human being like Jefferson Koji saying he wants to be senator. We see another petty thief, or one who was a community criminal. A childhood growing up, every time was in Katahar prison. The people of Margibi County, you have to be careful. Your politics has to be restructured, has to be redefined. Look at the rest of the country. Look at Nima County. Look at Lofa County. Look at Grand Jida County. Look at Maryland County. Look at Grand Cape County. Look at the rest of the country. How the politics is structured. I'm not being troubled here, but it's just a fact. Is what is happening. Do you think easily a Guillaume is going to get on to become a representative in Maryland County? No. That just says the fact. It has nothing to do with tribal politics. No. It's just how the politics is structured. Behalf, I'm speaking Dutch now, I say behalf, except Maserati County. That embodies all of the counties in Liberia. And so you look at your county, the first mistake you did was to have elected or sanctioned indictee that cannot help your county. Since you elected this guy, what has he brought? What value? What other value has come to your county? What structure? What lobbying power have he exerted among his colleagues to bring some relief to your county as a senator of your county? And now you got some group of young people go and say the petition, one petty thief who has been a criminal in his community from his childhood, and you say you want to make him representative. You can't think, or maybe you're just a way for you to get your smart cash for him. If that is the case, then I understand that. But other than that, no. Now, Liberia, I spoke about the supplemental budget. There's a second time ever in the history of Liberia that we experience supplemental budget in post-war Liberia. Now, the supplemental budget, some of the media institutions, they are almost serving like a propaganda missionary for some group from within the opposition. And when these things happen, we are robust to come and make the clarification. Because what happened, some of these media institutions wanted to have made it appear as though the government have downplayed the military. Now, this supplemental budget is just around 45 mil. Okay? Supplemental budget is like a top up to the existing appropriation. Okay? A supplemental budget is just like a top up to the existing appropriation. So you cannot tell the government as to why, because the AFL wants to recruit. I'm sure the senators will do something. They will do something now. The supplemental budget that is submitted to the National Legislature is not at the finished stage. It is a proposal. Every budget that emanates from the executive that goes to the National Legislature is not in its definitive form. Those are just allocations. Now, the legislature is the one that controls the purse and has the power by the Constitution to make those appropriations after the executive have made allocations. So, any budget that comes from the executive that goes to the National Legislature, it is a proposal. They structure it from the from the executive, and then the legislature will fix it and put it in form, and then send it to the executive to print it out into handbill, and it become a law, a budget law for that year. So the budget's already been passed as 1.2 billion. Now, during the passage, before the passage of the budget, during the budget hearing, the finance minister made it clear to the National Legislature that there is an imminent supplemental budget that would come because there was a 40 million commitment from the World Bank to Liberia for FY 2025, but it was not disbursed. It came in this 2026, and then the budget overperformed by 5 million. That means the revenue in stream improved by 5 million extra. So the entire supplemental budget key up to 45 million. So what the Ministry of Finance did, it just did some top up. Now, the top up is like mama cook or big sister cook in the house and dish the rice. Okay? And then after dishing the rice, and I know I can stay on the pot. Later, y'all know, right? And I know I can stay on the pot that the cross. Okay? Then you see that they will pour water on the cross and put on the fire, or they will just scrape it. Then they squeeze it, and start tapping up. Everybody rest to put small time. Everybody rest. And it means that everybody paying your big sister or your mom, feeding divine the rest. Everybody paying in a bowl. The paper paying, the paper don't rest in your bowl. And I'm just trying to break the supplemental budget down and the budget, and the meal budget, the national budget. Why are they? Okay, so I'm breaking it down in the simplest form, like at home. Okay, so the rest done, they divide the rest. Okay, your mom divide the rest. She set it far. The paper bowl, the Oma herself bowl, everybody bowl. Then the cross now, the Oma, the cross now, like the extra. Okay, the cross now, like the extra. So the Oma, now because the paper like cross, the Oma will take all the cross and go to the paper. The children say need to get some of the cross. So that is what some of these media institutions try to portray, that a very big chunk of that money should have gone to the military. Now, the military budget is around 18.3 mil. The defense budget is around 18.3 mil. And the government, through the finance ministry, top up that the cross, they put the cross under the military on the rest, okay, by 600K, which made it just short 100K to become a 19 million United States dollars, okay? We know our military has to be, we need recruitment. the legislators, they will work around it. They will squeeze from one or two places to be able to get at least maybe 2 mil or 3 mil or something around there, just so we can start the process of recruitment. But you cannot make it as though for the public to think that the government has this money. It is not the main budget, it's a top up for everybody to be able to get something. But we have to know and fix our priorities. DC media people are the ones will be causing noise on the air. Oh, education. Government is not focusing on education. Government take about 7 million something and add it to education budget. Government take 10 million something and add it to health budget. Those are the key places that these media people have caused noise in our ear, in and out. And now the focus the priority. The people who are heading the government, you do not understand the government more than them. They are feeling the pinch because they are the one that are struggling every day to meet the needs of the people. It's not you from the media. You're the media, most of you, we've got to understand, because this government is not like the previous government that was very inept, that would take money and pump it into the media to make the government friendly with the mainstream media. Under Joseph Yuma Braka, it is a confident, oriented government. You want to criticize, you can criticize. You want to yell, you can yell. The people's job must go on. So that 45 million, it was just a top-up budget. It's just a top-up to the already existing approved national budget. We want to lay the basis step by step, step by step. So you, our people, okay? So you, our people, must be able to understand. That is why the political replay is here, to be able to simplify these things. That a good that small, we know how to speak big English. We know how to speak our colloquial and just make it simple. The way we understand it, the professional way. Okay? No free ride. That is why you see people that running city angry all around here. Okay? They and some of these, that other stigma around the call Abraham Williams, and one other crazy one I say now, that one thought that George Weah was going to go for win second term, so he left Freedom FM, go open your own station so they can begin to pump money. That is how they were stealing the money. You open radio station, it did not even stay long. Poof, we put that thing out of power. Today he gets angry. Sometimes he wants to insult the president. But sometimes just look at that one. I will pass Brisa in one day. And he say he can cause. I will pass Brisa in one day. That one will regret why he became Liberian. Hey, Paris, how you doing, sweetheart? Aliu, how you doing? Roberts, how you doing? Joshua, how you doing? Mohammed, how you doing? I hope you guys are doing okay. So, guys, that is it. That is it. Okay? These people have got to be serious. Now, we've spoken lengthily about these Lucky Grenade boys. Let's hit this Yeka Koluba stuff a little bit before we go. Okay? Now, Yeka Koluba. Yeka Koluba went with his lawyers today at the Capitol building, because the other day he requested group of lesser people around Audrey 5 working days to assemble his legal team. So the committee probing him said they could give him only 2 days. And so they gave him 2 days. So today was a day that he should have appeared with his lawyers. And so they went. Now, these lawyers are forgetting to know that the legislature is not a courthouse where you go and want to carry all of your legal techniques. No. And so they went again to ask that the national legislature gave them days to put our evidence together. Which evidence are they talking about? Okay, let me take the call, guys. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? Welcome.
I want to participate on your show because I know you're going to be joining the class real low.
Indeed,
But,
indeed.
I have something to say before you can close your podcast, brother.
Yeah, do that, brother.
I appreciate you for promoting Liberia and promoting the government. Yeah, it's the same thing I do in America here. I get my free time. I got my own non-profit here. I get in Liberia, but I promote the government on my own, and I promote Liberia. So what I want to say is thank you for doing it in Europe. For the discussion of the budget, Liberian people, some of the poor educated, they know the truth. Even the very radio station you talk about, they can't talk nothing good about the country and the government. They are doing it for their own selfish greed. They want money for themselves. They're not looking at the country. That's why we are all that they were in power for all these years, 6 years. You know, bring nothing only to stay in studio. Now you get the opportunity now to make 100 music in 1 year or 200 music in 1 year and left with him. But when we get the responsibility to lead our country, we don't pay. We are not paid. We got qualified like the president and take that country from point A to point B or point C. But if you come there, you messing around, your people have sanctioned by the U.S. government, some of your officials. You can compare Unity Party with CDC. We got big difference. I'm telling you, Abba, we got big difference. It's not the same. CDC is their party. CDC is now a political party. Political party can be running beyond one person get like the Messiah. They're not looking at the country and running beyond Jawia because Jawia is a celebrity. Make some of them to be represented today like a Carol Gray there, other lawmakers. Jawia just raise their head. Some of them become lawmakers. I want to keep fighting for the men to come back. Because the only men that can raise their hand and wait. And the men are not popular anymore. Like bro already know the truth about Jawia. They wanted to know whether they men become world best, European best, Africa best. When he become president of Liberia, he will change the life of Liberian people. But that was not the case. That was not the case, brother.
Indeed.
The making there, he started bluffing, started doing things, buy airplane, build condominium for himself. There's still people that are running behind them. Ask some of them still living in Z-Shack. They don't even get play for themselves to sleep. But the man got how many duplex houses he got in also Sophie when you go to Ralphie, all the houses for him. Okay, Baptist Seminary, that whole place, the man went and put a condominium there and got airplane and got himself rich. And built Cloud Foundation, all the things that man get. Stay on, bring him back to come sleep on the same country. You think we're stupid around here?
I mean, coming nowhere.
We're not stupid. If you're stupid, we're not stupid. Well, the sensible people will take like bro, the sensible people will work to raise like bro up. Because we are a country among 54 countries in Africa. We gotta be thinking like that. We gotta improve our country. We gotta improve our living standard in our own country. We're not coming to diaspora to stay here forever.
No, not at all.
One day.
Indeed.
We want to go home and live in our nice villa in our country. So if you just there and acting stupid, the other man who call himself lawmaker. I just have one question on my podcast today. I said, where did everyone in Liberia went to put out the Guinean flag down and put a Liberian flag on? What was he? Tell you now, tell you back here, because some of you.
That's scary one.
They're get up for political reasons. When the Liberian people can get up, they love their country. When they saw the Guinean soldier cross the wall and raise the Guinean flag, nobody asked our people. They went by and put the flag down. That showed nationalistic. That showed you love your country. How many Liberians? I see Alexander Kuman saying that he's supporting Jaga Koluba. Alexander Kuman can be president.
I mean, adore politician.
He just go all over the place.
I mean, adore
You
politician.
go beyond the CDC, from there you go beyond Joseph Baka, from there you go beyond Jaga Koluba. How do people trust you? How do people trust you? You're not even focused. Everywhere you want to put your money to teach. But somebody running wrong. Don't just stop because the man, for political reason, you want to say side with the man to me and say proper. The man wrong, he's wrong. This is not about Joseph Boakai. This is about the law. The man went against his own country. We pay this man every month with benefit. And he stayed in that public manner and said the land between Liberia and Guinea and for Guinea. And stupid Liberian people supporting him. And stupid Belego Liberian people supporting him. I don't know what kind of country we got. If you love somebody, if the person do wrong, tell them that made you wrong. Go and apologize to the people what you did was not good. But it was still on and meditate the presence of every damn team in that country. When somebody do wrong, Do not tell the person if you're wrong. They will support the person based on the way they want to be popular. You can call the president, you can call the president wife. This is not the president business. This is about Liberia. You were against the country and we'll get it out. That's what I'm saying.
Thanks a lot, brother.
Yes, thank you, brother.
You're welcome, brother. So, guys, you know, the brother is right. You know, that is why when Yeke and his lawyer appeared today, they know this is not a normal court proceeding where you go do your filibustering and days, waste of time, ask for this and that. And so they asked the committee to get that time to gather the evidence. Which evidence? Now, you are given 2 days to put your legal team together and appear. That means come along with your evidence. Now, the question I would like to ask if I were on a committee today, the statement made by Yeke Koluba, Yeke said, as per his survey, it means he did a survey. The land belongs to Guinea. So, which evidence is he going to gather? You have the evidence because you say you did a survey. If you did a survey, you have all of your documents in your computer. So why are you going again to look for evidence? There is nowhere to gather evidence. Your evidence is right. You sleep with your evidence every day because you did a survey and you say you receive intelligence. So you have everything. You going anywhere again because you already have it with you. And this thing has been lingering that you will be probed. How can they give you 2 days to appear with your lawyers? And the committee asks his lawyer out. There's not a courtroom where you come and you think you can filibuster. The fact of the matter here is the emergency section, they are back for only 10 days. So we're talking about by next week, Thursday, it's very possible that Yeke will be history. If he cannot apologize, or maybe his colleagues will deem it fit to give him some harsh punishment. But for me, I can tell them it will be the greatest mistake they ever made. There's the closest that the House of Representatives would have ever gotten Yeke Koluba at the tip of their finger to let go. If they allow this opportunity to slip, they're done. But Yeke Koluba will ring hell on them up to 2029. And this time, he will be careful. It will be internal politics. He won't do it with external politics. So you wouldn't be able to get him so easily. You have the porcupine right before you. You have the arm with the bullet in it right in your hand. Take the damn shot and bring the porcupine down. Don't allow that porcupine to go. You might not get that porcupine again. You will go hungry. Guys, it's already 5 after 10 o'clock my time. It's 5 minutes after 8 o'clock Liberia time. The class reloaded should be starting now. We have to respect the mother program. It is good we're able to discuss the talking points that I wrote down. We're able to discuss it just within the time frame. That's everyone all hop on to the class reloaded. And as you go to the class reloaded, guys, please make sure you share the class reloaded. Now, if you are in so many groups, like me, I'm in like 10, 15 to 20 groups, I share in all of those groups. That is how you give your platform more visibility. Then when you come on this platform, also you do the same. You're in so many groups, you just share into this group to give it more visibility. And you tag people, or you send it to people inboxes. Okay? Yeah, see you next time. I will see you. Yeah, I will see you in 5, okay? So, guys, thanks for being there. I really appreciate y'all. Make sure you share the podcast as you're dropping. And don't forget to give me some likes and love there and tell me where you're watching from so I can be able to dedicate. I think every time we come on, we dedicate the show to somebody because they left a message as to where they are watching from. It will just be a lucky ticket. We'll just take one name and say, okay, we'll write it down. So, okay, we'll recognize this person on a special note in the next podcast. Thanks to you guys. Share the podcast. I will catch you guys in the next edition of the political replay.
Welcome to the political replay. Welcome to the political replay. Yeah, man. Feel the rhythm, feel the message. Welcome to the political replay, where the voices rise every day. From the streets to the radio play, we bring the truth in everywhere. Welcome to the political replay, the best in show business, hear what we say. We echo the voice of the government strong, breaking it down in a lyrical song. JNB and JKK on the mission again, building up the nation from now till when. From the city lights to the village lane, you can see the progress, you can't complain. Road development, that's JNB and JKK. School rising up, yeah, we say okay. Health improvement every single day, JNB and JKK lead the way. Roads from farms to market, that's JNB and JKK. Security standing firm, no delay. Who wants development? Hear the people say. The Libyan people loud and clear today. From the hills to the coast, feel a vibration. Unity rising across the nation. Concrete dreams turning reality. Step by step toward prosperity. Children in school with books in hand. Future getting brighter across the land. Hospitals working, people getting care. Hope in the system everywhere. Say JMB, say JKK. Progress moving every single day. Say forward, never back. Development on the right track. Road development, that's JMB and JKK. School rising up, yeah, we say okay. Health improvement every single day. JMB and JKK lead the way. So tune in close, don't fade away. This is the political replay. Voices strong, hear what we say. Libya rising, brighter day. Whoa.
Okay, guys, I'll catch you guys on the class redo it. So we're wrapping it up here from our end.